Hello, and welcome to another Bed Monkeys. It's us again. I'm Andy.
I'm Karen.
Alright, gonna start with a story about our neighbor next door. The one with the very bright bathroom light up top that I told you about.
Yeah, and the Grand Spuds.
We'll get to those, but we're going to talk about the day we saved their house.
Yes, we possibly saved their lives.
Yes. We were leaving fairly early in the morning, around 9:30 or so. We're never up that early. We were going to estate sales or yard sales or something.
Yeah, garage sales before we had to go somewhere else that day, so we had to do it early.
Yeah, so I got outside and was waiting for Karen. She was bustling about in here. And I thought, someone's got a nice wood fire going.
Yeah.
It smelled really nice.
When I came out, I went, yeah, campfire. Yeah, nice.
And then we thought, it's 9:30 in the morning and it's a hot summer day.
Yeah, it was like July and
Yeah.
about to be really hot.
Yeah, so why would someone have a fire? Oh, well. So I was walking down to the car and I happened to look over next door, and on the porch I saw little flames coming up. I thought, wow, what an odd place to have a grill.
Yes. I looked over too and thought, what are they grilling for?
Yeah, and then we sort of realized, something's on fire on their porch.
Yes. So we went over quickly and saw that, yes, indeed, there was a little cart on their porch. It was on fire, as was one of the pillars, wood pillars holding up their little front porch.
The pillar was on fire.
It was on fire because there was a heat gun running on its side. Nobody was out there, and it was on fire. So I ran up the stairs right past the fire and banged on their front door, while Andy went next to the porch and unplugged it. And
it was a long extension cord going into a window.
Yeah. And so I, and the guy came to the door, and I'm like, your porch is on fire. And he kind of went over to the cart, and I'm standing there, and he just picked up the whole thing and nearly ran me over with it and carried it off the porch. And we just kind of wandered away. He said nothing. And we wandered away, and we thought, oh, all right. And I hope he notices the pillar is also on fire. So I'm like, your porch is on fire. And when we had to go to the yard sales, so we pulled away, and we saw he had a garden hose on the cart. And I'm just thinking, I hope...
That's more important than the house.
Yeah, I hope so. They never said a word to us, like... Every day we were like, are they going to say something? You know? Day, 2 days, 3 days. We saw them. We saw her. She wandered out on the porch. Nothing. Said nothing. And we were thinking, we just saved you and your house and our house, because it undoubtedly would have set everything on fire. And it wasn't till like couple weeks, at least a couple weeks, when she was outside in the garden and she couldn't help but notice us, that she explained what happened.
Oh well. So that's how we saved the neighbor's house, and probably ours.
Yes.
Especially because we have boxes of old books sitting around here, and the place would have gone up like a matchbox.
We're flammable people.
You know what it's time for now?
What? Sick jokes! The best of sick jokes.
Yes, the best. This is the best they could find. Some of them in here are very funny, but we're picking them randomly.
So you never know.
You never know.
Oh, yes.
All right, Karen.
Yes.
It's upside down. Give me a page number up to 170. That would be 170.
Let's do 72.
72. 1, 2, or 3?
1.
Mrs. Finster, can Sheldon come to our party? Of course not. You know he had an accident and broke both his legs. Yeah, we know, but we want to crack our walnuts between his casts.
Well worth the wait.
Yeah.
It's time for What's in the Bed? It's actually several things of the same kind in increasing, an order of increasing disturbedness.
Okay.
They'll be disturbing right from the beginning, though. It's a baby head, just the head. It's good to note that we have lots of little hats around, and we needed things to hold the hats or little tiny wigs, and we need to, don't make the babies make out, and we needed things to hold it. So we thought, well, doll heads are just the right size for a lot of these hats, and which one's which? And so we pulled the heads off some cheapy dolls and want to mount them. We have this like a coat rack kind of thing, and we'll mount the heads on them eventually and then hang the hats on the baby heads. This one we got was not attached to a baby. However, it's extremely disturbing.
Oh, yes.
And then you turn it. And then you turn it. It's got 3 faces. Happy baby.
Don't block yourself.
Sleepy baby.
And dead baby.
Dead baby. Creepy baby. But this is not the most disturbing one. The most disturbing one we got when we were driving down a major road. That's pretty disturbing. We were driving down a major road, and I said, Andy, stop! Pull over! I saw something laying on the side of the road. Look, it's got my hair. It's dirty, baby. I don't know which one is more disturbing. What do you think? The 3-faced tri-baby or the dirty, blinky baby? Or the fact that we have all of them in our bed. So that's what was in the bed tonight.
Oh, it's time for Old Magic.
Old Magic?
Yes.
You need to get ready. Ooh! Look! It's Marvelous, the Marvelous Magician.
It's an awful name.
It's Abracadabro. Yo, Abracadabro.
Yeah. Oh.
Let me hold your hat.
Take my hat, would you please?
Sure.
Yeah, all right. I'll dispense with the hat. What I have here.
What do you have here?
Is the vintage Adams Moneymaker. Adams, from the people who bring you those pranks and things like that, like the plastic vomit and the fake dog poop and the joy buzzer and all that.
Oh.
This is an old one here. See?
Oh, Magic Moneymaker.
Magic Moneymaker.
How does that work?
Well, Karen, do
Yes?
you happen to have a blank piece of paper that's about the size of a dollar bill?
Well, let me check. Oh, look. Will this work?
That'll work fine.
Oh, good.
So all I do is I feed it into the machine between these 2 rollers, and then I go like this, and abracadabra!
No way!
It turns into Moneymaker!
Keep it going. I got a stack of blank paper.
But that's the Adams Moneymaker. Vintage magic!
It's magic. Bravo, darling. Bravo.
Hey, wow, you gave me my dollar back. That was more than I expected.
night. Kiss me goodnight. I had cause to remember this story today about the time that my grandmother asked me to help her when she was getting a turkey ready to cook. And she said, Karen, go get the flashlight. I'm like, okay. So she's got the turkey in the sink with the hole open at the top. And I get the flashlight, and I knew there was going to be like the bag of goodies that my other grandmother would eat. The giblets always go in a pot on the back of the stove, the smallest pot. That's the pot you never open to take a peek. And like, ooh, what's this? And like, no, don't. So I had the flashlight, and I was expecting the bag of goodies. Bag of goodies came out. My grandmother said, no, wait, hold on. There's more. She reached in and pulled out the thing that I had never seen before, which was the neck. I'd never seen that. And she's like, and pulls out this huge thing, and I'm like, what is that? I'm like, is that a boy turkey? I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, I had no idea. It was the neck.
Yeah.
I did not know. That's why I don't do the turkey myself. Why would you buy lunch meat called blood and tongue sausage?
My DNA's unraveling. What was one of your favorite things to eat as a child?
Mexicali dinner and tuna noodle casserole.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Mexicali dinner is like a giant pile of egg noodles with ground meat and some tomato stuff, black olives cut large enough to eat around, but you have to put them in there because they give it salt and you can still eat around them. Onions also cut big enough to eat around, and like 1.5 pounds of cheddar cheese mixed in and burned on top. Totally burned.
Mm-hmm.
Yum. Not a vegetable in sight. And you?
I liked my mom's spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh.
She made good meatballs. All Parmesan shaky cheese on it. Later on, she learned how to make lasagna. And her lasagna was very good. Although, the very first time she was making lasagna, she, the recipe said a clove of garlic. She was ready to put a whole head of garlic in it. Fortunately, I was taking home ec, so I knew that was not a clove of garlic. So, what was your favorite food as a child? Down there in the comments.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah.
Maybe if it sounds good, maybe we'll make it.
Oh yeah, put the recipe.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting
Moo.
cow.
Oh. Well, thanks for spending some time with us.
Not as much time as we actually spent.
No. But be sure to like our video and drop a comment down in the whatever section might be appropriate for that.
Yes, your favorite food, like meal, when you were growing up.
Yes. And subscribe if you don't want to miss a moment of this
Oh my God.
golden treasury of babble.
Yeah, who wants to miss anybody's vlog?
No.
Good night.
Mrs. Finster, can Sheldon come... Try that again. 1, 2, or 3?
2.
No! 1, 2, or 3?
1.
Mrs. Finster, can Sheldon come to our party? Of course not. You know he had an accident and broke both crap.
1.
Mrs. Finster, can Sheldon come to our party? Of course not. You know he had an accident and broke both his...
What? I want number 2.
No, I'm getting through this. 1, 2, or 3?
3, please.
1. You're an ass. 1, 2, or 3?
1. Tell me about Mrs. Finster. Okay, I'll do it again.
1, 2, or 3.
1!
Mrs. Stop it! 1, 2, or 3.
1!
Mrs.
Finster. Can Sheldon come out to play?
No, he wants to come to our party.
Oh, dang!
1, 2, or 3.
1!
Mrs. Finster, can Sheldon come to our...
Okay, I'll do it one more time. And this time I won't miss.
1, 2, or 3.